Want spoon? Subscribe. Press ding ding. Maybe get spoon. Maybe get new episode. Lucian, why are you even here if you're not going to help? Damon approaches the grinning warlock, who shifts himself away from the wall.
Why should I waste my strength?
Lucian stares directly at Damon. Despite his clouded cataract eyes, he knows exactly where the detective stands. We would get out of here a bit quicker if we all contribute, Damon growls.
I'm just an old man. What could I do?
Lucian's mustache conceals his amusement. As we have all previously witnessed, you have little ailment. So if you wish not to be left behind, I advise you muster your effort. Damon forcefully exhales and turns to the group. Lucian's eyebrows sink and he scoffs disapprovingly. Aru breathes heavily, still coated in thick black ichor from the recent kill. She smiles with wild eyes towards Ains.
I think I met that witch of yours.
Ains, bemused, blinks in confusion.
What? You saw her?
Aru lowers her axe.
Yeah, big room, full of mirrors. She was a drow like you. Great legs.
She winks at Ains with a joyful giggle.
That's not right. The one I met was kinda...
Ains grimaces, recalling the burning flesh.
Smoky.
Oh. Blossom flings meat chunks aside, feeling through the bloodied water until he pulls out the corpse of Walter from the slime, still appearing to be in restful sleep. Blossom cradles him close. His small body is cold and rigid.
Hey, the chanting. It's stopped,
Donnie proclaims. Ains pats Donnie on the shoulder.
Yeah, seems real quiet.
He looks around the room expecting something to happen, but all that can be heard is the trickle of water falling into the pool. We should take our leave. Damon looks over to Blossom, embracing Walter. We have a funeral to attend.
Guess I'll clean myself up.
Aru walks over to the waterfall and begins sliding off the thick tar-like blood, and abrasively scratching her skin with her pointed fingernails.
Me next.
Donnie falls onto his stomach under the water and thrashes, removing the gunk from his shell.
What you think?
Aru and Donnie strike a pose, and while visibly clean, they have a perfume of sewage. I suppose I've smelt worse, Damon sharply states. The group head back through the tunnels, to Walter's assigned grave. Blossom carefully places the baby inside the sarcophagus. He pats down his pockets and places the letter block next to him, before taking a moment staring down with deep and meaningful eyes. He's off to a better place. Damon reassuringly grips him on the shoulder.
Oh, circus!
Blossom claps with excitement, while Damon pinches the bridge of his nose at the imbecility, before Aru replaces the lid over Walter.
To the secret exit, then?
Ains points into the darkness with his burning hand. The party make their way to the trapdoor leading to the living room. Aru pushes the door open with ease and realizes she is crawling out of the fireplace. The paladin smells the stale air.
Ugh, smells like dog in here,
she grumbles. The lounge suddenly begins to shake. The cabinets rattle, the armchairs vibrate across the room. The chandelier dances above, and the taxidermied ornaments fall to the floor. Damon quickly swipes his eyes over the room. Is it darker in here, or is it just me? He glances towards the windows, which are now bricked up. He stares with concern, just as several shadows emerge from behind the sofa. What the? He exclaims. 3 snarling wolves with dead white eyes and stitched up scars across their body appear. At arms! Damon bellows with fright.
Hey, the doggos are alive now. You want pets, boy?
Donnie reaches out with his claw. Don't be stupid, Damon snaps. Donnie gives him a sly eye before letting go of a firebolt, which catches in the throat of one of the wolves. The furry beast retches, coughing up ash. Damon runs over the armchair and jumps off of its back, pulls out the rapier, and before the wolf can recover, the blade stabs through its skull.
Where were you hiding that little beauty?
Ains asks, befuddled and impressed.
A gentleman has his secrets.
Damon smirks and removes the blade from the wolf. A plume of grey speckles float in the air. He admires his weapon, its hilt shaped like a raven, before focusing his attention on the other wolves.
Ha! Too much style, not enough gore.
Aru groans, unimpressed. She turns and instantly slices off another wolf's head with a single blow. Grey dust pours out onto the floor like an avalanche. She maniacally roars with laughter.
Heads up!
Lucian clicks his fingers at the remaining wolf, which whines, feeling an agonizing sharp spike within its mind, but gets back onto its paws, ferociously growling, and pounces at Blossom, ripping into his arm.
Bad dog!
The tiny one squeals and quickly gathers a glimmering metallic orb of energy within his hand and pushes it into the wolf's snout. Its head melts into a creamy ashen pile.
Way to stay on brand.
Aru gives a smile of approval. The house shudders and a loud, deep groan can be heard, just as a rush of flames burst out from the fireplace. Blossom dives to shield himself, but Lucian stands perfectly still and with a slightly singed eyebrow. He huffs.
Well, that was unexpected.
Out! Now! Damon demands, and the party runs to the front door. But it too is sealed with stone. A sinister laugh echoes throughout the hall. Aru's eyes grow wide.
No! Enough of this ghost house!
And cleaves her great axe against the bricks. Light floods into the hall as they tumble down. She flings open the door, and the party rush outside. A deep, guttural roar booms into the street, before the door aggressively slams shut behind them, and the street becomes deathly silent. On the path just by the front gate is a picnic basket, with a crimson ribbon around the handle and an envelope placed on top. Damon looks along the street for any signs of life. He finds none. Glancing back at the house briefly, all is quiet. He then cautiously opens the letter at arm's length to avoid any magical discharge. But it is just a piece of parchment adorned with elegant handwriting. Written in rich red ink, it states, "Enjoy your stay. Signed, your host, Strahd von Zarovich." Damon looks back at the party. Our presence has been announced. Donnie flips open the basket. Inside are slices of smoked ham, a block of fine cheese, and a bottle of wine.
I think I should be the one to test this for poison,
he mentions, leaning down into the basket to lick its content.
Guess it all belongs to me now,
he smugly announces and carries the basket into the street.
Personally, I would be wary of taking food from strangers,
Damon warns.
Well, good job on me, 'cause I find it rude not to.
Donnie huffs, munching on a block of cheese.
On a spoon, was it, man?
Blossom tugs on the side of the basket.
No, little dude. Gotta find your cutlery elsewhere.
Donnie pats the small one on his straw wig. I'm not entirely sure if we ended the curse, judging by our exit. Damon gives a concerned chin rub. We should locate the Burgermeister's house. Get some answers, he suggests.
Looks daytime. Kinda.
Aru stares up at the overcast sky.
Maybe people are awake?
Donnie knocks on the door of the closest neighbouring house. A moment later, a weary, pale man answers.
Yeah? What do you want?
He peers around the group with bloodshot eyes. Damon steps forward and offers his hand. Good day, sir. We are trying to find the residence of the Burgermeister. Perhaps you can direct us. The man slowly peers down towards Damon's hand and then back up toward his face.
He's a busy man. What's your business?
To be completely frank, that is between us and the Burgermeister. Damon lowers his hand.
Then I got naught to say.
And the man folds his arms. Donnie pulls out a slice of ham. The man's jaw drops as if he has just witnessed a miracle.
Will this change your mind?
Donnie wiggles his brow.
You'll find him in the tavern, main road.
The man snatches the ham and retreats back into his house. Tavern it is then. Aru, lead the way. Damon commands, and the rest of the party follow the paladin. The main road is littered with muddy craters holding puddles of rainwater. As Aru and Blossom walk side by side, they see an elderly woman struggling with the handcart. Her feet submerged in the wet earth. Aru casually picks up the cart with one hand.
Where am I taking it?
She glares down at this thin woman with wild white hair.
Oh, wow. What a strong young lady. Thank you, my dear. I'm heading to the tavern just down the road.
She points with a shaking hand.
No problem.
Aru responds stoically.
Oh, the devil makes it rain every day. He delights in watching me suffer, like my old bones are not punishment enough.
The old woman witters as she walks next to Aru, who grumbles uncomfortably at the small talk. As Blossom wades through the sludge, half of his body gets coated in muck.
Oh, Blossom hurt wet.
He complains. By the time they reach the tavern, the road hardens again. The sorcerer motions his hand. His beard and clothes become magically pristine.
Bath time!
He shouts, then flicks his hand toward Aru and the old woman, cleaning them up as well.
Well, thank you, little one. You know, you two are most gracious. I am Morgantha. I come here every day to sell my pastries, to do what I can to ease the misery of the people, and you have showed me such kindness. It is lovely to be on the receiving end for once. I want you to have a pastry for free.
She slowly removes the cover on her cart to see 4 crates filled with steaming hot food, and pulls out 2 small packages, handing them to the pair.
They are much better when they're hot, but be warned.
She begins just as Aru chomps down and consumes the food in 2 bites. A wave of bliss washes over her, and she gives a slight smile.
They can make you rather sleepy.
The old woman continues.
Delicious.
Aru gives a sigh of relief and leans against the cart to steady herself. Blossom stares at the pastry and then at Aru.
You okay, ex-lady?
Wonderful.
Aru grins.
What inside?
Blossom points his finger towards the pastry.
Oh, special family recipe. Used for over 100 years. A touch of magic, some might say.
The old woman smiles and her wrinkles tighten.
Oh, okay.
Blossom slides the pastry behind his mask, chews, swallows, and falls flat on his back, snoring. He has a wonderful and vivid dream about spoons raining from the sky.
Oh, that can happen sometimes.
The old woman giggles.
If you shall ever want more, come to the village every day. Or you could find me or my sisters at the old bone grinder mill, near the town of Vallaki.
The old woman winks at Aru, then effortlessly lifts one of the crates from the cart and strolls into the tavern. Aru gives her head a little shake, and she regains her composure. Peering down at Blossom, slowly sinking into the mud, she scoops him up and carries him like a baby in her arms, just as the rest of the party finish climbing their way through the mud. What happened now? Damon sighs, looking at Blossom.
Food coma.
She gleefully states, still feeling the effects of the pastry.
Also got invited to some mill near some town.
Useful. Damon mockingly smiles. He looks up at the tavern.
Hey, can't expect me to remember everything.
Aru groans. The hand-painted sign on the side of the tavern used to read Blood of the Wine Inn, but someone had replaced the N with a chalk F, making it read Blood of the Wife.
Interesting name.
Lucian strokes his beard.
I wonder if they actually serve it.
He eagerly starts strolling to the front door and slides past the old woman returning to her cart. She pats Aru on the arm.
Many thanks again. You don't look like locals. What brings you to this cursed land?
She stares around the group with sly eyes.
Well, we were invited by the Burgermeister, or so we thought, but now not too sure. Do you know of Strahd?
Ains curiously questions.
Well, of course. But he is no Burgermeister. He is the lord of these lands. Rolls from Ravenloft Castle.
The old woman points to the intimidating silhouette looming over the village.
Barovia has several Burgermeisters, but unfortunately I am not well versed with nobility. They are replaced so often.
She sighs and lightly shrugs.
We were brought here by a man in bright clothes with long hair and bells on his belt. Do you know him?
Donnie speaks up.
You didn't ask for his name? How odd. It does sound like the Vishtani, though. They travel around the wilderness, said to be Strahd's favoured people.
The elderly woman rolls her eyes.
Which is why he makes me swim through the dirt every day.
Why would he do that? Donny tilts his head.
Because he is a cruel and sadistic devil who lacks an heart. Not like you, pure souls.
She touches Aru's arm again. The paladin screws up her face.
Well, gotta find a place to put this one down.
She shudders and stomps towards the tavern, Blossom hanging limp in her arms. What do you think he wants from us? Donny asks, worriedly curious at what he's gotten himself into.
Can you truly know the devil's plans?
The old woman rhetorically asks.
Travellers like yourselves arrive occasionally. Most go to the Vishtani camp, west from here, seeking their fortune with Madame Eva. Others become lost in the forest, never to be seen again.
She wiggles her skeletal hands and laughs. Danger seems to be behind every corner in this place, Damon confirms.
And sometimes, right in front of you.
She grins.
I really must be going. The pastries are getting cold. So many deliveries to make.
She covers up the crates on the cart and continues her journey. Hope business goes well, Damon calls after her.
It always does.
The woman walks off into the foggy street.
Welcome to Barovia.